Let's go to the tweets before I go to the calls and get on out of here for the day. Let's go to this. James, at Caucasian James. I didn't write that. That's his Twitter handle, not mine. He says, do you like vodka Red Bulls? I neither like vodka nor Red Bulls. I think that if you need Red Bull, you're kind of cheating. What you looking for that kind of energy boost for? You don't have it? What you looking for the vodka for? Would you like spice it up? I mean, don't get me wrong. If it works for you, it works for you. But I'm saying, some people, when you say vodka Red Bulls, if it was vodka or Red Bulls, that would be different. But the combination of both connotates something that you're clearly in need of. And it's not an alcoholic boost. It's something else. No, it's not how I roll. Next one. Let me get this next tweet up here. At the Keshafkalsi, what the hell is that? The Keshavkalsi. Some of y'all names, boy, I really wonder about y'all. Anyway, talk about Steve Kerr and his way of mishandling young talent. I didn't accuse Steve Kerr of mishandling anybody. What I said was the Jonathan Kumingas of the world, the Moses Moody's of the world, now the Pajemskis of the world. These young brothers can play, and it's good to see at least Kuminga and Pajemski in the lineup. The flip side to it is that when it comes to Kuminga and Moody, what's taking you so long? Joe Lacob, Peter Guber, and the rest of the ownership for the Golden State Warriors. Former president of the basketball operations, Bob Myers. Now it's the GM, Mike Dunleavy Jr. When you look at this squad and this roster, everybody's been wanting to play young players. Steve Kerr has been reluctant to do that. At some point in time, when you've got these young boys in your lineup, in a uniform, particularly with an 82-game regular season schedule, the more you play them, the less you play some of the veterans, the more healthier and fresh the veterans are come playoff time, as opposed to being spent. And I think even though he's a four-time champion, he's going to 6 NBA finals, and I think Steve Kerr has proven to be one of the top 5 coaches in the history of basketball, that is often a question I've had about him. It's literally the only question. What about the young bloods? When are you going to get them integrated into the system where they could play more time so they could give Steph Curry, the Klay Thompson of the world, and others their requisite rest, and so much toiling doesn't have to be placed on their body? That's all I'm saying. That doesn't mean he's mismanaging young folks. It just means it's a legitimate question to ask as we look at Steph Curry, who's age 35, wondering how much time he's going to continue to be this great when you're playing him so many minutes and you're giving him so much time and you're not finding a way to spell for him. Next tweet. @_ask_Sebastian. Stephen A., are you into big, beautiful women? What's the largest lady you would ever be with? Interesting question. For the record, I want people to be sensitive to this. I answer these questions because y'all ask. And I don't even answer most questions, okay? So I answer these questions because I'm a man of the people. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you an honest answer. In most instances, I'm never gonna lie, but in the same breath, I'm not gonna answer every damn question. But I get a lot of these questions. So for every one that I accept, there's about 50 to 100 that I turn down because I don't have time and I'm not interested in answering all those damn questions. But to answer the second question first, I'm not my boy Pooley. Now, I've told y'all about Pooley in the past. You ever saw that movie, Norbit, and you had the character Rasputia? You know, with all the blubber hanging off of her legs and her arms and stuff like that. I mean, just meat on top of meat. If she was wearing an outfit, you could see the cellulite through her jeans, stuff like that. That's him. A Rasputia who sat in the car and tilted one side, that's Pooley. That's not me. I like thickness. I don't like overweight. That's not me. To each his own, to each her own, to each their own. It doesn't matter. To me, that's my flavor. It's not about pounds. You could be 110 pounds. You could be 180 pounds. If you're solid and you have a figure, works for me. Plain and simple. That's how I am. But that's me. I know plenty of men who are different. I know dudes that You could have a backside as flat as this screen. They fine if you're healthy up top. I know dudes that you could have smaller breasts than mine, but you got a backside that could back up to the wall, and they good with that. My cousin Derek is about symmetry. Symmetry. Nothing's too excessive, it's just right. That's him. Another one of my dudes, you could be that way, but you got really skinny legs. He's not interested. He wants them thick legs. It's the difference. One of my boys, he wants a red bone. He don't want a woman too dark, and he doesn't want a white girl. He wants a light-skinned girl. Another one of my dudes, if she was so dark he couldn't see at night, he'd love her. Everybody's got their own preference. Everybody got their own preference. Everybody's different. Okay? So you can't go by that. But to answer your question about the large lady, you don't go by the scale. You go by how it looks and how it fits. It's number one. Number two, does that mean, am I into big, beautiful women? Not really. I'm into beautiful, voluptuous women. When you say big, that varies.